Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. I'll never take that for granted. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here in the Philippines. My favorite time of the day. It's cool, it's quiet. You know, you hear the roosters. The hell, it's their country. But I just want to have a conversation today about overpraising women over here and the damage that it's doing. You know, Filipinos are waking up, and we're to blame. I'm often asked the question, you can go into my videos, live streams, and they'll say something like, do you think with all the foreign men coming over in the Philippines, they're going to mess the women up? And I always say no, because that's a fact. It's not the men who are coming over here who are doing the most damage. It's the men who never make it here. The ones who are in the comments, in these Filipino vlogs, you know, under their vlogs. And I'm using the Filipino vloggers because they're a reflection, they're a direct reflection of the women you're going to meet, because they deal with foreigners. And before they were vloggers, you know, they were just regular women. But these guys who never come over here, they build these women up so high that they could never live up to the hype. You know, their fantasies have just run wild. But the women are still reading these compliments over and over and over. And remember, there's nothing wrong with a compliment. We're talking about overpraising, when compliments just run off the rails. And if you don't think I'm playing, go in the comment section and you'll see what I'm talking about. They'll say stuff like, never meet your heroes, because they're going to disappoint you. And that's usually what happens when men come over here. We believe the hype too, but then when we get here, reality kicks in. We say, oh, these are just regular women. They're no different than anybody else, really. I mean, there's some qualities, don't get me wrong, and I'm going to talk about that we love about Filipinos, but overpraising, when the world tells you over and over how pretty you are, you start believing it. And it gets into your system, and you start acting different. Most of these Filipino vloggers, I met them before they were popular, before they were vloggers. They're nothing like they used to be. And this is what's happening to regular women, the women who don't have channels. So let's just talk about some of the disadvantages of overpraising and how we may need to turn that thirst down some, guys, that y'all hear me talking about. Because the biggest thing that happens is the self-inflated ego. They'll have that inflated ego. They'll start believing that they're more than what they really are. That they're prettier, they're sexier, they're better. And they become entitled. That's what they become. They expect special treatment. It gives them a false sense of self-worth. Now, one of the greatest qualities and characteristics that men like about Filipinos, especially Filipino women, is their humility, their modesty, you know, their humbleness. It's like, it's no big deal. A lot of women over here don't know they're beautiful until you tell them, but when the world keeps telling them over and over and over, they get that memo. And it changes them. But that's one of the things that we love, because when you do that, when you overpraise the way we're doing, I need you to go in those comments. We chip away at that humility until it's gone. Because I'm over here, I talk to the women, I see them. They're no ways the same. And it messes up your relationship, because they're going to come to expect that praise and the special treatment, and you're not going to be able to keep it up. I'm just telling you, yeah, Filipinos are all that, but they're not a bag of chips, guys, okay? They're just regular women at the end of the day with certain qualities that we love. This overpraising it's gone bad, man. Filipinos are waking up, man, and we're to blame. So yeah, to answer that question, are foreign men gonna mess it up? Yeah, the ones who never make it over here, because the ones who make it over here, we're hit with a dose of reality. They still go on their period once a month. Okay, they still have shortcomings. They're not perfect. But here's the good news. The good news is we've got a foe. I mean, we've got an ally that's going to help us keep the woman's feet on the ground. I don't care if her head's in the clouds, as long as her feet's on the ground. And that's the Filipino people. See, that's her dose of reality. See, they don't think she's anything special other than, what she is. She's their daughter, she's their sister, auntie, etc. They don't overinflate the ego. Matter of fact, they try to calm it down. But whenever she needs that little dose or overdose of praise, she gets online. She goes on the dating site. She goes and does a vlog. Because the women that are doing these vlogs, they're a reflection of the women you're going to meet. Because they deal with foreigners. They deal with foreigners. They dealt with them before they became bloggers. That's what gave them that confidence. See, most women over here, man, they're shy. They're bashful. They're like country girls, what we call country girls in our country. But when the whole world starts telling you how beautiful you are, eventually it breaks through your conscious mind and goes into your subconscious mind. And you start walking different, talking different, acting different. You have that inflated ego, guys. It's not good. You don't want that. Because now she's not going to be motivated to do all the things that Filipinas are known to do to take good care of their men. Why would she? If you already make her feel like she doesn't have to do anything else, she's not going to have any motivation to do all those things, ladies and gentlemen. See, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I always get on YouTube in the morning. I check my views and, my studio and stuff like that. And then I get the feed and I see, just some crazy videos that women are making over here. And it's like, boy, this is so different than when I was coming over here in 2009. The things that women are saying out in public, they would never say. I mean, what they're saying in public, they would never say in public. They would keep that to themselves. So I see this one video, I think it's why Filipinos love to be effed by older men. And they got this woman bending over the bed or couch or whatever. It's real seductive, right? So I go in the comments and it's crazy. And I'm like, guys, we got to stop this. Because, a lot of the stuff is subjective, guys. It is. But if you go into that comments, and I'm not bashing her, promise you. Like I said, I praise them for being able to do that and have the confidence to make those type of videos and stuff, because that's what we want. At the end of the day, remember, YouTube is about entertainment too. But it gives you a bird's eye view of what overpraising is doing to women over here. It's chipping away. It's eliminating that humility, that modesty, that humbleness that we really like. Because the guy said, hey, well, what if a Filipino does come up to you and start chatting you up? You see, I was wrong. He's right. We've given them that confidence because I was going on my experience. Okay, because, when I start coming over here and all up into the YouTube era, the Filipinos would never dare to come up and strike up a conversation with you. But when you overpraise them and they overdose on all this compliments, it gives them this false sense of worth, of self-worth, of entitlement. And what it's going to take is somebody in the province, or probably their mother or father, okay, to get them back to reality. That's the only hope we got in coming over here for ourselves and seeing that, yeah, they're beautiful, but there's beautiful women everywhere. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with compliments, ladies and gentlemen. We got to have a balance. I was reading an article, because I like to see if my thinking is in line with other people's thinking. And there's an article, I'll put it in the description. And it equates overpraising with food and medicine. Then nobody's going to argue with you if you say, hey, we all need food. We all need a good meal. Some people take 3 meals a day. But what if you ate 10 meals a day? It's not good for you. Okay, same with medicine. Okay, you got a headache, take 1 aspirin. You're not going to take 100. But that's what we're doing. We're giving these women 100 aspirins. We're giving them 15 meals a day of overpraising, man. It's not good. It's not good for you because you can't afford it. We're spending as it is. But you certainly can't afford the special treatment that they're going to come to expect. Because most of them are very humble, man. They're very modest. They won't ask you for anything. But now, they've gotten the memo. Because remember, these women on the vloggers, they're just regular women, really. They're from the province. They're from the squatters area. And when their friends and their family see the treatment that they're getting, they want some of it. And then the women are going back, relaying this special treatment and all this overpraising to their friends and relatives. They're saying, look at me. I'm just a regular woman. But they think I'm Queen Elizabeth or somebody. So I'm just saying, tone it down, guys, because we become our worst enemy when it comes to that. So if you find yourself having a hard time meeting a woman over here, hell, blame yourself. Look in the mirror, man, because Philippines are waking up, man, and we're to blame. This overpraising is it's way out of line. So if you're in America, it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. If it's not going to put your life in jeopardy. If you're in the Philippines, again, it's a beautiful Saturday morning. We're going to do our spin wheel today at 12 noon. I went to sleep last night. Merlin's got me back in the gym, man, and I tell you something. She's kicking my behind. Not a day goes by, I don't help somebody over here. I mean, just the smallest act of kindness, man, can help somebody make it through the day, because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. And don't do nothing stupid.